What's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing Team King of Games, of course. And today we're going over full power Pendulum Magician, which is pretty much bringing back Pepe, the good old days where it was tier 0 format and whoever went first won. This deck is really crazy. I've been on the fence about actually playing it. You guys know how I feel about playing meta, but this deck is so darn fun and it's actually good. Like, the combination of the two when the deck's really fun and good, it tempts you to play it. Like, the problem with me in the past was like a lot of the meta decks were they were good, they were pretty, you know, whatever, they weren't that fun to me. But like it was like everybody was playing it, like everybody's playing Spirals, and I just, even though I can top playing Spirals, I just didn't want to do it. Like I had to do it, you know, the hard way. Like I like to work for my wins, and this deck it just makes me want to play meta like so bad. Well, we're gonna show you my version of Pendulum Magicians. Keep in mind that these are things that I told you that I was already gonna do like a while ago. Since Electrum was announced, I already told you guys I was not gonna play Dragon's Ravine or the Dragon Shrine or the Supreme King engine. I said it's trash, it's really bricky, it takes the deck away from what it's supposed to be. I don't play the Performer Power engine with Caturtle and Lizard Draw. Like that build is full of bricks and garnets. I said I want to keep the deck consistent and as pure as possible, just pure Magician. So we're playing, you know, like everything in the deck has synergy outside of making Electrum in the middle of your combos. So starting off with your ways to make Electrum, these are the best cards, honestly, like in the whole deck, like in this entire archetype. Like these are really powerful. Obviously they make Electrum, but outside of making Electrum, they help you to OTK, help you to live more and not get OTK. They play through people's boards in the mirror match. They also extend you so far that you can make Link 4s on your first turn, like Scoldy, like Borlo Dragon, like Topologic Bomber Dragon. Like they're just really savage. These are the best cards. Like I opt to play these over like the Dragon Shrine and all that crap. You can play all of it. Like you can play this Dragon Shrine if you want to see Electrum that bad. But the problem with that is like you're playing all these cards to make Electrum, but you need to play cards that are good when you do make Electrum. And you can't like make Electrum and then pop like a Dark Worm or a Gate or something like that. Or trying to like put Sorcerer in your extra deck and then Pendulum summon him and then try to draw better cards. Like just play better cards in general to me. Like I don't know. The Perform High engine's cool though because it helps you to draw hand traps, but I'm not really feeling it. I'd rather make Scoldy to be so 100. One copy of Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. These are basically your ways to make Electrum without Wavering Eyes, because Wavering Eyes is an instant Electrum by itself. You just play Scales and then use it, and you search out these guys. This card, I'm considering actually bumping it to either 2 or even 3. I used to play it in 3 at the past. Like, before I was playing Chronographs, I would just play 3 Astrograph and 3 Curtain Raisers and just do this, or Wavering Eyes. I might actually bump this card up to 2 if I do decide to play this deck. But these are just your ways to make Electrum, and honestly, these are like the most important cards in the deck. Because like if you don't make Electrum, you're just playing plain old Pendulum Magicians, which is still fine. And then, you know, 3 Joker, best normal summon. You want to open up with this guy all the time. Like he's just really savage. He's 1800, which is nice, and 3000 under Purple Poison. Then you have 3 copies of Wisdom Eye, 3 copies of Double Iris, standard 3 ofs. Like I don't want to say play 3 of this because you need to, play 3 because it's good, but I will say like maximize on your great cards. If a card's not only good but it's great, maximize on it so you don't have to waste your searches on them, so you'll just open up with them. 3 copies of Harmonizing. You don't have to play 3, but I actually like drawing into her opening hand so that I don't have to waste my Electrum and put her in the extra deck. Like I'd rather put like a Graph Sorcerer there or just a different card in general. Like I can always put her there, for example. Like if I open up with Astrograph, then at that point, since I already have Astrograph, I'll put her there. Sometimes you open with Chronograph to make your Electrum play, and normally I like to use Electrum to put Astrograph in the extra deck because I love Astrograph. So like if she is already in my hand, that's great. But if I already have Astrograph, yeah, I'll put her there. I'll Oath Dragon her back, and then I'll still use my Electrum on Astrograph. It's just so powerful to make bigger links. Then 3 Purple Poison. They say it's the auto out to the anti-spell. I'm an Invoke player. I say if I have Mecha Blunt anti-spell, you're not outing my anti-spell. But it does auto out the anti-spell. Like honestly, the mirror match, you don't have to worry about anti-spell because it's counteractive to play an anti-spell in your own deck. Because like if your opponent, for example, can just like normal summon like purple poison or something like that and get over your anti-spell, you basically wasted a card. Or if they can get it to the point where they're able to, for example, abuse Chronograph and special summon a rank 4 like Baguska or Tornado Dragon without using their Pendulum skills, your anti-spell just like killed you. 2 copies of Oath Dragon. I still feel like it's a necessity at 2. A lot of lists play like one of this and one of each of the graphs. I feel like, yeah, sure, they're good for your first turn push, but like there's a second turn that still exists with this deck, which is what you're trying to kill your opponent. And it's always nice to have the second Oath, whether you get evenly matched. You know, he can't add himself back, so if you don't want to waste your Electrum to add him back, you kind of got to play 2. He's a great card. It's nice to open with. You need more low skills anyways, and with the incorporation of Astrograph now, like, you don't really have the problem where, oh, you need low skills. Honestly, you don't, because you got Wisdom Eye too. I'm still playing 1 Black Fang. I noticed a lot of lists, they're not playing Black Fang at all. I feel like, yeah, you should cut back on the card, because, like, out of every Pendulum Magician in the actual deck, like, him and White Wing are the ones that aren't necessary, but they're really nice to have because of the situations they call for. This calls for Strike, Detaching, and also, like, your Time Star combos. Like, you can use Time Star and dump, like, an Astrograph and then revive it back with Black Fang. Or when your Time Star burns out of materials or dies, you just revive it back and keep protecting yourself from Wavering Eyes, you know, protect your Pendulum monsters from being destroyed by battle and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Time Star is, like, a dictating factor in the mirror match. And then these cards are kind of like bricks, but this one's actually really, really good. They're the targets for the Grass Sorcerers. Time Gazer, while he's on the field, he protects you from Wavering Eyes. He protects you from, like, Twin Twisters. Not Cyclone, but he protects you from, like, all of that. Even their own time Pendulum Graph, like, if they're trying to hit your scales. He's really, really, really dope. And when you battle with them in scales, like, they protect you from being hit by spells or traps, which is kind of, But, you know, basically, long story short, even if they're kind of pseudo Garnets, they serve purposes even if you draw them. And you can actually special summon them from the hand with the Graph Sorcerers. It's hand or deck. And then the hand traps we're playing are 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Ogre, which actually should be at 3. It's a space issue. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how to make this deck 40 cards. And then 1 Maxi. The Ghost Ogre is more important than the mirror match because you want to ogre their Electrum, obviously. Ogre their Scoldite, stuff like that. The monster count is huge. Like, it's all about the monsters because the monsters are still spells at the same time. So they serve, like, every purpose that they need to. And then for the spells, we have 3 copies of Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes, I'm main decking it not only for the mirror match, but it actually helps me to make my own Electrum. Like, for example, let's say I scale Double Iris and I scale Purple Poison. I'll just Wavering Eyes. If they ash me, I have complete scales anyways. If they don't ash me, then I'm going to get, like, a lot of insane plays. It's just really, really dope. I like Wavering Eyes a lot. It helps you to kill more. Like, you can chain this in battle phase in the middle of, like, pushing and then search out Astrograph or Chronograph just to get even more damage on board. And it helps you to kill your opponent. It's just, like, a really, really flexible and awesome spell. In the mirror match, it just wins. Like, you draw this, they don't have Ash, like, and they don't have Time Star. That's why I like to make Time Star a lot, so, like, this doesn't happen. But if you don't have an auto, if you don't have an out, like, it's like an auto win. Because, like, you clear their skills, you banish a card, you add another Wavering Eyes, and you add, like, your own monster. It's really good. 3 Duelist Alliance. I personally like it at 3. A lot of people are like, no, play 2 Duelist Alliance, play 1 Graph and one trap and 1 spell. I like my deck different. And a lot of people are cutting Pendulum Call for their list. I feel like Pendulum Call is incredible. There are other targets that this searches that I can't reveal yet, but some people already know what they are because they can just guess. Pendulum Call is just still great for the mirror match. To make your trap better, because, like, certain things can't be targeted. This will just, like, automatically make sure that you can send it to the graveyard, and it again protects you from Wavering Eyes. Like, Pendulum costs too good. 1-star Pendulum Graph. I did have to cut this one just for the hand traps, honestly, but I'm still playing 2-time Pendulum Graph. Like, I feel like, yes, Omega does exist, and yes, Omega can put it back into the deck if people didn't pay attention to that. Cyclone is a card, like, and evenly matched is a card, and if this gets banished and you lose it for the duration of the duel, it's a lot harder for you to play on your opponent's turn with just, you know, a Baguska, for example. So I like the trap a lot. Like, 2 of the trap is amazing. To me personally, you don't play Desires in the list now because you're playing Astro and Chrono, and they come with 2 1-ofs that you can't afford to banish. Like, if you Desires and banish those, you're basically, now you have to, like, Wisdom Eye. You have to use Wisdom Eye to trigger the Graph Sorcerers, and you don't always have it. So, like, Desires is good, but I feel like for this particular list, like, for the Electrum list, it's like, I don't know, it's not all that. And then most people are opting to playing 1-on-1 now. Like, I don't believe in the 1-on-1. Like, I wanted to play 2-on-2, but I was like, you know what, we need to cut at least one of these, or just at least one card in general for the hand traps. And I was like, I can't cut my one black thing. Like, I need that card sometimes. So I was like, let's just cut this spell. But because we're playing one of this, naturally in the standard build, everybody's like net decking each other, and they're doing 1-on-1. And then like the Time Stars, and the Time Star and the Stargazer, you know, like they can't banish those. So like that's why Desires isn't really all that, but you can still play it. Now the extra deck, dude, I got blessed with these Electrums. I just pulled these today, like literally. I pulled 3. So the extra deck I'm still working on. I actually need to cut 2 cards out of it. So these are the links. 2 Electrum. This card is like a game changer for the Pendulum deck. Like, this made Pendulum Magicians over the top. It's an amazingly powerful, insane card. This card is just stupid broken. 1 Borlo Dragon, 1 Scoldy. Thank God I pulled him. 1 Topo and 1 Decode. I play a lot of links. Believe it or not, this deck link summons a lot because of the Graph Sorcerers, because they're endless. You have them with Electrum. You can add them back off a Time Star from your extra deck to your hand. Like, you'd have too much access to them, and you trigger them to overextend your plays to make Link 4s, to make Scoldy using 4 monsters, draw 4 cards. Guaranteed you're going to get at least 1 card like a hand trap or just something game-changing. Put 3 back. Put your regular scales back. Like, this card's just amazing. And then it gives you 3 columns. Like, when you go first turn Scoldy, which, you guys, it's so easy to do. You can Pendulum summon 3 from your extra deck, which is retarded. Oh my goodness. Like, you don't even need to use your Harmonizing at that point. It's optional. Like, but you can actually, like, if you're playing White Wings still, you can actually triple Omega and then Baguska. It's really stupid. Topo's amazing. Like, this is just one of my spicy techs. I'm still debating on it, but like, in theory, what I'm trying to do with this card is I'm trying to, and like I sat here and thought about it, like I'm playing this in my Paleos, I might as well play this. I'm trying to summon my Graph Sorcerers on my opponent's turn, triggering them off of my own trap. Like, use the trap, pop one of their cards, and then summon a Graph Sorcerer in one of his columns, and then blow up their monsters after they Pendulum summon. Like, let's say they Pendulum summon, and then like I'm like, all right, on resolution, you know, if they hit them with the Harmonizing or whatever, I'm like, all right, resolution or Harmonizing effect, activate the trap, target whatever I feel necessary. I could target, you know, one of their scales, for example, target one of mine, pop both of them, and then summon an Astrograph and Topologic Bomber Dragon's column, and I can target one monster in their extra deck or in mine or wherever it's at, search, blow up their field, so their Pendulum summon's been wasted. All they'll have is Electrum if they have it, and at that point, like, it's game over. Like, you can even use the trap on the Electrum so that you can guarantee that they can't make another link if they have a Graph Sorcerer themselves. So Topo's pretty insane. It's a little bit too much links for me. Like, I have to find a way to cut 2 cards because like the extra deck is too big right now. It's actually 17 cards, and these are not mandatory, but I actually wanted to play these so very badly. Like this one, I feel like might be mando because it's pretty easy to make with this deck going off. But yeah, like naturally how it was supposed to be was 2 Electrum, Borload, and Decode, and then it was gonna be Ignister, Enlightenment, the Raigeki on legs, 1 Omega. I have fear that this might hit on the ban list, and then also extra deck is so tight now. You can afford to play like 2 Omegas, but you would have to cut like some really powerful plays like these. And at the same time, he puts himself back. So like, I don't know. You can still do the White Wing double Omega play. It's pretty cool, but I find myself every time I make Omega, I want to make a rank 4 like Baguska right after Tornado Dragon, depending on the situation, or even Time Star. Like double Omega is just not always the greatest. Like I like Omega plus a threat and the trap, which is really good. And the XYZs are Baguska, Tornado, Time Star, 3 best. Trappies when you're pushing for game. This when you're pushing for game. Like you can actually like OTK with just these 2 cards, like especially with the Electrum on field. This is for the mirror match and also for certain decks like Spirals. They special, you put them face down, they can't make double helix. So this is like an auto win in the Pendulum Magician mirror match, and also in the Spiral matchup, this XYZ is an auto win. So if you want to summon a card like this, plus like Tornado Dragon, because Baguska turns it off, like you can do this Tornado Dragon plus the trap. It's like too much for them to beat. Like they have to play through like this, they have to play through the trap, they have to play through, you know, the Evil Sworn Nightmare, and after they play through all that, they still have to kill you, which is really difficult. So it's 15 cards minus the Scoldy and the Topo. What I'm trying to do, which I'm still like trying to do like really right now. Oh yeah, the fusion. I almost forgot about him. You gotta play him. He's too good, especially in the mirror match. Like it's just insane. But what I'm trying to do is like find space for at least one of these. And if I can, I want to play both of them because I feel like these are really, really great. It's easy to make Link 4s in this deck, believe it or not. I just really want to play these cards. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the deck profile, you guys. I'm going to do some combo videos and all that good stuff as soon as I get some sleep. God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. And stay tuned for future content. This is your boy 3 Stacks from Team King of Games, signing out. Peace.